away well. And Usain Bolt now trying to catch him. And now Bolt surging to the lead.
Stunned by the shot. Sergei Lebedev.
The Chesney claws it away.
Good morning, viewers. It is a bright and beautiful day here in the capital city of Abuja. As we bring to your viewing pleasure another exciting edition of your favorite sports show, Sports Hour. We are beaming live from the Advent Cable Network Nigeria Television, ACNNTV. I'm your regular host, Olujide Olushola.
And I am Ebuka Ike. Viewers, stay tuned as we bring you happenings around the sport world. But we'll bring that immediately after the short break. Please stay tuned.
Thank you for staying tuned, and if you're just joining us, this is still the Sport Hour show. We'll be expecting your contributions via comments through our various social media platforms as you see on your screen. So we begin our show today with the very first story of the day, which has to do about the Nigerian qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers against Ghana. And a report reaching us says that El Gavon is set to drop 2 players for the clash. We don't know the players yet, but rumors are flying that probably it's going to be players like Kenneth Omero, Olaino, or even probably Joe Aribo, because these 3 players did not play for their various clubs last games.
Features,
last games. So, so let's talk about now. We have El Gavon released 25-man squad, so probably might be going to Ghana with a 23-man squad. What do you think of that for Nigeria as a whole?
It's not too bad, but the fact remains that it will drop the morale of some of the players who are expecting to play with 1 or 2 of the people who are going to be dropped. But the fact remains that he has his plan. He has gone to his drawing board. He has made his formation. He has done everything. All we need to do now is to get a good result from what he has planned to do. So the players he's going to drop, yet unknown to us, I feel they are not very key players that will affect the performance of the team.
The squad is a very large squad, 23 players, that is so, but only 11 people can play at a time. And of course, El Gavon being a man who knows his onions, who has been in the saddle for some time now. Of course, he has coached Nigeria in the past, and of course, and they brought him on again. And so the Super Eagles will be coming to Nigeria. They will cap in Nigeria, and before they depart, by this weekend, next week, they'll be coming in trickles. But by Wednesday, 23rd, they will go to Accra for the game against Ghana. Then by 26th, of course, after the game is on 25th. That's the first leg. Then on the 26th, thereabouts, they will be back to Nigeria for the second leg on 29th, here in Abuja, the National Stadium, Abuja. And still talking about our clash against Ghana, a certain player who has been out of the Super Eagles for over 4 years now, and he last played for Nigeria. He didn't even play in the World Cup in 2018, but of course he followed the team to Russia. But then he is returning back to the Nigerian squad. He is on a standby list, but he has said something that he will help the Super Eagles to beat Ghana. Talking about Onazi. So what can you tell about Onazi? After being out of the Super Eagles squad for over 4 years now, and he's returning. Yes, he's on a standby list, but then he, of course, according to Punch interview, that he said he's ready to help the Super Eagles to beat the Black Stars of Ghana.
Yeah, Onazi used to be my favorite when I used to watch him.
Why?
Because whenever he's there in the midfield, I'm rest assured that things are going to happen very well. But my point still remains is that for the past 4 years, he hasn't played with the team. And I know that when you form a team, the more frequently they play together, the more undefeatable they are. And he hasn't been playing with these guys for over 4 years now. So how do you think? What's your own say about him lacking now for the past 4 years and now coming in? I don't think he's going to perform optimally the way he is even.
I bet to disagree a little bit. He's a player, he's a football player. Of course, when a player goes to a new setup, he might find it difficult. But then he has played with players like Kenneth Omero, he has played with Ahmed Musa. He has played with other, except for the new guys who he hasn't played with in the past. But then he's a player, he's a football player. He knows his job, and like you said, his contribution in the midfield is always, it helps the team, it balances the team well because of his energy and everything. And most Nigerians were surprised when they saw his name on the league because nobody even knew, most people thought he has
resigned from national performance.
But people like us, we know that he was still playing. He has been going from Turkey, be shifting from club, but now he's in Saudi Arabia playing his game and of course making his cool money. Oil money, Arab money. But then he said he wants to help Super Eagles. But then, for example, now that Gavon is likely to drop 2 players, and he will go to Ghana with 23 players. That means Onazi has a chance of entering the 23-man list, the full list, because Gavon will release the full list before the game against Ghana. Most likely, probably Onazi might join into the final 23-man list. But the bottom line is, let the Super Eagles pick the tickets to go to Qatar. Exactly. It is very, very, very important. Okay, we are still talking about the Super Eagles qualifying series against Ghana. And another man, of course, who has played against Ghana, of course, during his playing days, and is currently the special advisor to the president on sports, talking about the Bull, Daniel Amokachi. Yesterday, himself and some other key personality in the sports industry, talking about the sport minister and, of course, the PAMSEC and co., they went to the Abuja National Stadium here to inspect, to see how prepared Nigeria is to host one of the biggest games we are going to have in a very long time against Ghana. And, of course, Amokachi, of course, shared a video on social media taunting the Ghana because now, as we speak, Ghana does not have a recognized stadium for us to play ahead of the game on Wednesday. They be saying they will use Stadium A, Stadium A to Stadium B. Right now there is no particular stadium for us to play in Ghana, but Nigeria is well prepared. We already know that we are going to play at MK National Stadium, but we don't know where we will play against Ghana in Accra or wherever in Ghana as at now. Maybe in the next few days or the next few hours, maybe we will get the report, the news. But as we speak, there is no definite place for Nigeria to play, as there's no particular stadium where the Super Falcons to play. Do you think it's a mind games by the Black Stars?
No, I actually don't think it's a mind game for the Black Stars. I think it's going to destabilize them in that the fact that they are not certain about which pitch they're going to use to play us. But we Nigerians were already ready, and we were expecting our players to camp this week. And ahead of the match, we are going to prepare effectively well, notwithstanding the venue for the match. Mm-hmm. But the Ghanaians who are home are yet to understand their own ground. You understand? So if you're coming to your enemy's house and he doesn't understand the ground you are going to use to attack you, you have a more upper hand at attacking him better.
Yeah, yes. Of course, the Super Eagles are always prepared to play in any part of the world. I wouldn't know if our producer has that video for us where Amokachi, of course, was taunting the Ghanaians. So, of course, the Super Eagles are experienced players. They've played in all kinds of stadiums in Europe, in Africa, in everywhere. So, I believe they'll be ready to play anywhere wherever Ghana chooses to play. Yeah, but sometimes I just believe that the Ghanaians are trying to play mind games because recently the new coach said he's not going to release. He has a surprise. He has a surprise list for Nigeria. So myself and some of our other colleagues were wondering what surprise list are you going to bring in players that we don't know? We know almost all the Ghanaian players. Yeah. So we already have an idea of the kind of players you are going to bring on board. So why are you saying you're trying to hide? We know that someone like Thomas Partey will play. The Ayew brothers will play.
Sure.
So we already know the key players that you bring on board. So why is he trying to say he has a price packet for us? So it's just I think they're trying to play mind games with us. So what do you think?
Yeah, exactly. I get your point. But the fact still remains that these guys are good in their job. Yeah. Just like Onazi said in one of the interviews, that you can't teach a brick man how to do his job. So no matter if you bring an upcoming star who is just featuring the national team for the first time, the team will actually know how to fix the game. and I believe they will play perfectly well with whosoever the Ghanaian coach brings up as his list.
Of course, and like we said earlier, our aim is to defeat the Ghanaians, get the ticket, and fly
go for the Qatar.
Yes, and and go to Qatar. And probably maybe we'll win the World Cup this time around. But they're still talking about, of course, the Qatar World Cup playoff and against Ghana. The VAR system, that's the video assistant referee system, is yet to be installed at the MK Abdullah Stadium, and this is coming from the mouth of the sports minister himself, Mr. Sunday Dare, yesterday. When he was asked some questions, so he said the VAR system is on its way to Nigeria, and it is being solely handled by the NFF. Now, let me just tell our viewers about this now. This VAR system, according to CAF or FIFA and CAF rules now, every stadium in Africa that needs to host a game like this must be VAR compliant. Now, the CAF has, is key into VAR, of course, just the way it's done in Europe. And so he said, according to it's a rule, is a must now for every stadium that is going to host any major game or tournament must have VAR. And the Nigeria scoreboard, it's been installed, and of course it's going to have So they are just waiting for the VAR system to arrive in Nigeria, and maybe I don't know how it works. Maybe it's a software or something, but then they are going to install it so that we can use it against. Because now, according to the referee list released by CAF and FIFA, there are video assistant referee on that list. And but it will be beautiful to see. I've been to the stadium since that scoreboard was installed, but we've not been able to enjoy replay. We have seen they played Super Falcons played there. We have seen some MPFL games played there. Some games have played there so far, so good at the peak. So, but let me ask you, having a VAR system, what does it tell about the next? Having CAF asking that VAR should be installed, is it going to be good news for us or bad news for us?
No, sure. VAR was first introduced to assist the human referees to take decisions on critical issues and eliminate errors. Yeah, so I believe that the game is going to be error-free with the existence of VAR in place. So the game is expected to be technically okay, and humanly speaking, it's going to be working very perfectly well. And for the installation of the VAR, I believe it's a plug-and-play system. It's not something that you need to, like the normal bricklaying house that you have to lay and wait for how many days for it to dry up before you do the next setup. So you just plug up. Exactly. And for the scoreboard, it's going to be very fun watching replays while in the stadium.
Maybe probably some political errors. I mean, a decision that the referee needs to take.
Exactly.
Just the way we saw during the Nations Cup in Cameroon. Where the referee had to go and in fact, that was very funny. Every time the referee was going to the scoreboard, we were almost sure. I'm sorry, to the VAR, we were almost sure that a red card was coming, and it happened. The red card came for the first, the 7 times or the 8 times that the referee went to check the VAR. It came back to give a red card.
It reminds me of one of the matches that the referee went to check the VAR and came back, and after some few minutes, before the 90 minutes, he ended the game.
That particular referee, he came out and said, that he was feeling dizzy. There was a name they called it. Medical, that he was feeling dizzy, so he did not know what he was any longer. He was just confused. But that was a very, very.
So we pray such things does not repeat itself again in African.
No. And the game against Ghana is going to be in the evening by 6 p.m. So the sun will not affect. Okay, so moving away from the World Cup qualifying against Ghana, let's now go back. Let's now go to Syria A, where our own star boy is a star boy any day, any time. Right now, he has one mask on his face. Talking about Victor Osimhen. Now he is close to breaking Obafemi Martin's record in the Serie A. In 2004-2005, when Obafemi Martin was still playing in Serie A with Inter Milan, he scored 11 goals in 31 games. And of course, Victor Osimhen is 3 goals shy from getting to 11 goals and beating his beating his record, and he has the opportunity of breaking because he has 28 more games to play in the Serie A, and we've seen Victor Osimhen, who has been doing so well in his game for Napoli, and in fact he's a subject for transfer between Manchester United, Real Madrid, but he's been doing so well for him. Now let's talk about that he's close to breaking Obafemi Martin's record. What do you feel about that?
Victor Osimhen is, in my own view, is a rising star. He's still young.
He's a rising star.
Yeah, he's a rising star. He has not gotten to his peak. At the age of 23, he's almost amongst the highest African sold player at 81 million pounds.
He's the most expensive
As
African
the most
player.
expensive in Africa. I believe before he's 27 or 28, he should even probably win the African Best Player of the Year. So Osimhen is doing very perfectly well.
Yeah, he's doing very well for Napoli, and they're going to see him transform his abilities to the Super Eagles. Yeah. It was very, very sad that he was not able to be in Cameroon due to some politics and COVID. But then we'll be looking forward to see him against Ghana when the two big nations meet again.
But there's this speculation about his not appearing in the Cameroon African Cup of Nations. The speculation is that Napoli intentionally didn't want to participate.
Yeah,
so they equally just put up that COVID-19.
Yes, but that was the feeling because it was shortly after the AFCON started. They released a statement that he was free from COVID.
2 days after AFCON has started.
After we have played our first game against Egypt. So say that he was now
COVID-19 free.
Just imagine. So, and it was too late for him to come back to
such a quick miracle.
So, but then that's what they didn't want to lose him, but it's unfortunate that Nigeria did not play their politics very well. But
exactly.
So that's past. But nothing can stop them now from. There's nothing like COVID that will stop him from coming to Nigeria, and I'm sure he's not going to catch or contract COVID anyway. Because all their players will go for those who have qualifying stage, because this is a FIFA window open. Yeah. So those who have the nations are still playing football, they will go and play against their opponents wherever. So now, of course, let's talk about the Champions League, where David De Gea is not happy at the moment. He's not a happy man. He's very, very sad. And why is he sad? He said it's been a very long time that Manchester United has won a trophy. And the last time Man U, the Red Devils, won the trophy was in 2017 when they won the Europa League with Jose Mourinho. Since then, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 5 years rolling out, they've now won
any
a
trophy at all.
And David De Gea, who has probably been their savior. Imagine a goalkeeper winning my man of the match, or even a player of the month.
Okay.
That's because a goalkeeper are not meant to even be winning, because that shows the number of saves this guy has been able to make for Manchester United, and he has a very porous defense in front of him, but he has still been able to make some saves. But unfortunately, their Champions League journey ended, and so he's not happy about it.
Yeah, their Champions League dream ended in the theater of dreams. It's so saddening that your theater, where you feel that your dreams come to play, actually came to an end in your own house. So it's very painful. It's painful.
Yes, it's painful. But then, and he felt that they could have done better, and probably get to win something. Because now they've not won anything, and it's uncharacteristic for a club as big as Manchester United to go 5 years without a trophy. When they're not Arsenal.
Let's not bring Arsenal to this case. Let's not bring Arsenal to this case, because Arsenal's case is out of hand. We don't really need to talk about Arsenal's case, but Man U is. I think it's an internal error. So
they just need to have, in my own personal view, I think they just need to have a new reorientation. The players need to know that it's not all about the money, but they need to be dedicated to their jobs. Drop your social media, jargons, always on social media, posting different. Fix your career first. They should be more disciplined. But they're still talking about Arsenal. Arsenal that started poorly. No, they're doing very well.
It's true.
They're doing very well right now.
They're almost at the top 4 of the table.
Yes, they're in top 4 already. Man is 5th and everything, and I think they still have 2 games outstanding. And if they win their 2 games, so they're almost
to the top 3.
Yeah, top 3, or so they're almost guaranteed of playing in European football next season. Why Man U? Maybe. But then let's see how that pans out for Arsenal as the game and as the season goes on. So now still talking about, let's now move. Our trainer goes to athletics, where Blessing Okagbare, Nigeria's queen of the tracks, is yet and may not appeal the 10-year doping plan slammed on her recently. She has not gone. The 30 days window given to her to appeal is about to elapse, and she has not done anything yet. She has not written to the to the doping unit of the Athletics Federation. That's WA, and she seems probably she has given up that. She's 3 years old. And by the time this 10-year ban elapses, she'll be 43. And tell me, there's no way she can be running out for 3 years.
And I feel she's also at fault because this 10 years ban was given to her on the platter that she wasn't responding to the investigation.
Yes.
So at initial hearing, it was 5 years ban. But due to the fact that she wasn't cooperating with the team of investigators, they had to add another 5 years ban. And for this, her unwillingness to appeal the ban, I feel she's relaxed. She thinks this is her peak. She has gotten to the end of her career, and she's ending badly. She's ending with a bad name.
Yes, she is, and she's joining the list of those players or those athletes who have been indicted for doping, and it's not good. It's not good for her image, sponsors and everything will come around and drop her. But then she knows what she wants. She knows what is going on, and we get to see how that pans out for her as the days, weeks, months, years roll by. So let's go back to football, but this time around on the Nigerian women football, where the Super Falcons coach, talking about Randy Random, has extended his contract with the NFF for another 2 years, which will elapse in 2024. And of course, when he signs a new contract, he's promising to take the Super Falcons to greater heights. Randy Random has been in charge of the Super Falcons since 2020. He has managed the team 12 times. He has gathered about 7 wins, 4 defeats, and 1 draw in 12 games. And he was appointed in 2020. I think that's a good one for him. 7 out of 12 games, he has won 7 times, and he has lost 4 times on a draw. And we are rooting for his success, because he's in charge right now, and we want him to succeed, to see our Nigerian girls, dominating the African scene as they have been dominating in the past years. But then, want to go beyond dominating the African scene. Let's dominate the world scene. Let us rub shoulders with countries like Brazil, countries like US, who are doing so well, who are the best female team in the world as well too. So let's talk about Random. What do you feel about his new deal with the Super Falcons? My point with Randy is that the first 2 years, I just take it that he's still getting to know the players very well. And this second phase of the contract, he's going to do perfectly well, because he must have known almost all our Falcons. Yes. So our Falcons, the players, he must have known them, studied their weaknesses, their strengths, and their abilities. So this second phase of the contract, let's say we should expect more from him. Yeah, Ibuka said it. We are expecting more from Randy Random, the American coach, and we expect that he will deliver the goods for us. You can't just sign a deal and not deliver the goods for us. And and there are so many competitions ahead for the Super Falcons in the days to come. Now let's now see. We're talking about football, but this time on the local scene, where Remo Stars, the coach that I was talking about, Benga Ogunbote, said his target now is to ensure that the Blue Skies remain in the top flight football. When the league started, Remo Stars were doing fantabulously well. They were winning their games. In fact, they went 11 games unbeaten. And they were, of course, is this going to be the new Leicester City of Nigerian football? But, as the season went on, they began to lose form and they began to draw, lose. And now they're from 4th position and they're now on the 5th position. But now, Gbenga Ogbubote is the man they call the Oracle, the man who has coached different clubs in Nigeria. Has said his main target now is to ensure that Remo Stars do not play in the 2nd league or in 3rd league or whatever league, but they must remain in the top flight football. Talking about the Nigeria Professional Football League. And Ogbubote is a very fantastic coach, a very friendly coach. He has that tactical. He knows how to maneuver his way from difficult situations. But now this is going to be a litmus test for his credibility, for his technical acumen, and to see whether he can deliver the goods for Remo Stars, who are popularly called the Blue Skies. And they are based in Ogun State and all that. So we wish Ogbubote all the best as he tries to navigate his way out of this tight position he is. On a cheering news, on a good news, though it's coming too late, but then, like they say, better late than never. The federal government of Nigeria, of course, they've redeemed the pledge of houses promised the 1994 Super Eagles set after winning the Nations Cup. They were promised some houses, but then successive government failed to redeem those prizes or all those pledges of houses for them. And at least out of everything that might be going on in Nigeria, but at least we should just give kudos to the federal government for honoring this pledge. We have seen in the past few years of this present administration, they have tried to fulfill all the pledges as far back as 1984. Houses that they promised some of these players at 84. We've seen the Olympic team giving the houses to as well in the last 2 or 3 years. It's good news that these players, sadly, people like Rashid Yekini is dead, people like Stephen Keshi is dead, and they're also part of the winning team. So most likely their children or their wives, if they're still alive, will take over these houses, and they are ready. They can pick any place of their choice in Africa, in Nigeria. They will give them the key. Okay, I want a house in Abuja. They will give them the keys of the particular house. The housing project that is being constructed by the federal government across the nation. So let's talk about this now. That even though after so many years now that the federal government is now trying to redeem the pledge of houses to the Super Eagles, what do you think about that? Yeah,
it's a good thing. Although it took them 28 years to redeem their pledge. I don't know if I should say that. Within that period of 28 years, they were cultivating the land where they would do the houses. After the cultivation, they had to clear off, had to do the foundation after 5 years. After 10 years, they now laid to the lintel level, and then took them up to 28 years. But it's on a very sad note that most of the players there wouldn't be here to move into the houses that they promised them 28 years ago. But very happy, cheerful one for Egwavon. He was part of the team.
Although
he has houses everywhere, he's still qualified to pick a house.
Yeah, of course.
As well pick one either in Maitama or in Victoria Island or Lekki or any of these big cities.
So any of that choice, which is good news. So kudos to the federal government.
Chipping in a little bit about Samson Siasia and. I want to ask, what's our hopes about Siasia?
Okay, of course, he was
part of the team.
Yes, part of the team. So he's also he will be included in the. Of course, every member, all the members from goalkeeper to all the 23, either 23 or 22 members, they're all entitled to the houses, and they can pick the houses in any state of their choice, which is 2-bedroom flat or 3-bedroom flat, depending, but it's other choices. So we give kudos to the federal government for this gesture. Okay, so we're about to round up, but then of course we will not end this show without talking about the fixtures for this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And of course, in the Nigerian Premier League, We're going to see Abba Warriors against Casino United. And in England, it's going to be Aston Villa against Arsenal. And in Inter Milan, in Italy, it's going to be Inter Milan against Fiorentina, AC Milan versus Cagliari, and Napoli versus Udinese. And in Spain, the team that took out Manchester United, that's talking about Atletico Madrid, will play against Rayo Vallecano, and Alaves against Granada. But then on Sunday, which is the Super Sunday, is going to be a very, very tough one in Spain. The much awaited El Clasico. That is going to be a very tough one. But right now, Barcelona, they are flying high and they're doing very well. A team that was probably between 8th and 11th position before Xavi came. Now they are in top position. Though Real Madrid, they are the runaway leaders. They are 10 points ahead of Sevilla. But then this game is going to be a game of pride, not a game of points, but a game of pride between Real Madrid and Barcelona, the El Clasico on Sunday, 9 p.m. This is a game I believe nobody wants to miss because it's one of the most watched,
expected games of the year.
And around the world, people tune in to watch these games, this kind of El Clasico. And but then the hype has a little bit gone down, frankly speaking, because ever since Ronaldo and Messi left and everything. But then we have new stars there, and there are new stars. El Clasico will always remain El Clasico.
My star still remains Benzema.
Of course.
Benzema is my all-time star in the El Clasico all throughout the years I've been watching. Although that some at a certain time that the speculations left his scene and moved towards Ronaldo when Ronaldo was there. Ronaldo is no more there now, and everybody's eyes are back on him, and he's the captain of the team now.
Yes, he is, and he's doing very, very well. Yeah. So let me just have a quick rundown of the MPF. I love to promote the Nigerian Football League, even though they're not doing well on our own part, but then
it's our own.
It's our own. So the MPFL, we are going to have Dakar FC, welcome Niger Tornadoes. Rivers United will also play against the defending champions, that's Aqua United. Enugu Rangers and Lobby Stars. That's a great match on Sunday at the Cathedral in Enugu. Atlant against MFMFC. I wonder MFMFC, they are at the base of the table. I don't know if they're going to Kabaj and Labaj, to escape, a relegation this season.
They'll go to the mountain.
Kano Pillars, they've been disappointing so far this season, and they'll be playing against Atom. Okay, they'll be playing Kaduna, which is their home now, temporarily, against Gombe United. Plateau United, of course, will welcome Sunshine Stars. Remo Stars, will welcome Kwara United, and they hope to be able to end their winless run against Kwara United. Shooting Stars, narrowly defeated Kano Pillars last game. Will welcome Nasarawa United. At least I hope to watch this particular match in Ibadan to see Shooting Stars against Nasarawa United. Then Wicked Tourist will, of course, welcome Eyimba FC. Eyimba A. And Eyimba too, they've not been doing too well as well too. They have the coach talking about they've not been doing very well at the moment in the league, and we also pray for them to have a successful league, because this is one of the biggest clubs we have in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Now against in England, Watford, Everton. To me, that's the battle of relegation.
The bottom.
Yeah, part of relegation. The Tottenham against the West Ham, Leicester against the Brentford. Then in France, it's going to be PSG versus Monaco. Rennes against Metz, Nice against Marseille, Angers versus Brest, Bordeaux versus Montpellier and Co. So there are many more. But of course, like we said earlier, the biggest game is the El Clasico. Okay, so but let me ask you, because who will win the El Clasico on Sunday?
If you ask me, I'm giving it to Real Madrid.
Thank you. God bless you.
I'm giving it to Real Madrid.
Maybe the next show, I'll wear my Real Madrid jersey and everything, to show that, we are the best club. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. So Madrid, of course, which is my favorite club, no doubt about that. And I hope, I know we will defeat Barcelona in their Clasico this Sunday. That's my prediction too. Okay, so let's now go and I want to thank Ebuka, of course, he's joining us for the very first time on the show. Okay, so this is where we draw the curtains for today's program. We hope you enjoyed every bit of today's show. Till we come again, same time, same station next week. We say enjoy the rest of your day. Have a splendid week ahead. I remain Olushola Olujide.
And I am Ebuka Ike. Bye for now.